disappoint your client now than disappointing it on the day of the event.
We take inspirations in a number of places.
They're okay with paying our fee.
So there's no upper limit.
So find what you are good at.
Timeline do you think large scale projects take to actually be executed rightly?
But I know if we are not everybody's taste.
Oh.
You can be LV, you can be Zudio.
Is there a minimum limit our clients should know or should consider before thinking of such events? Welcome to yet another episode of the Planners Podcast. Today we are absolutely delighted and excited to have someone who is redefining the use of technology in the event space, curating immersive and mesmerizing experiences. He is also known as the tech wizard, or let's better call him the nomad designer. Let's welcome Vikram Chaudhary, the founder of Taxi Design Studio. Hi Vikram.
Hi.
Thank you so much for doing this with us. How are you feeling today?
I'm in Calcutta. And I'll tell you something happens with me in Calcutta. Every time I come to Calcutta, it rains.
Whoa. We are welcoming you with that.
And when you come from Mumbai during the monsoon, which is anyway raining, and gives you a homely feeling, you're not in another city. If I go to Delhi, it will be sunny, too hot. Okay. But coming to Calcutta with a similar kind of, weather and all. And obviously, I love sweets, Indian desserts, honestly, and Calcutta is famous for that. So and I've got good friends here. All the industry has come for this convention which is happening, and doing a podcast, adds a lot of excitement to the whole trip. Yes, definitely feeling very good.
Thank you. We actually robbed him, from this convention, and thank you so much for your precious time. Yeah. But one thing that the whole team and as well as me that, we have been curious to know is that how Taxi Design Studio actually started and why this name?
So, spending around 10 years in the industry working for different people, I thought my time is up for other people. Now I have to build my own dreams and do things the way, be my own boss kind of a thing. Until I started, I did not realize you're never your boss. So, So, 15, I left my last job. I used to work for E-Factor. That was my last company, and working with them for 8 years. And usse pehle 2-3 saal with other people. I thought I know everything now and I should start my own thing. So I shifted to Mumbai. A couple of years, I didn't want to start immediately leaving E-Factor. I wanted to understand because obviously everybody had known me with the company name behind me, and I don't know, they had a trust on me or the name that I'm carrying along. So just to understand the market and people's reactions once I don't have that badge behind me. I worked on few projects, gained that confidence that I'm still good without that badge. And 2 years down the line, I realized it's a time where I can actually think as a company rather than a professional, just a guy who has been hired as a freelance designer or someone for a project. That's how I started. That's how I realized I should start a company. And when it came to naming the company, I understood the event or the wedding business, if I talk about earlier, used to be something which were taken care by the oldies in the family,
Yes.
And now the new generation wanted to equally participate in this thing. So now you have to compete with the people who are the legends of the industry, But how do you compete with them? You're not better than them.
Yeah.
You don't have more experience than them.
Yes.
So now you needed to connect with the new generation.
True.
And I knew new generation would want to go offbeat. So I wanted to name my company which is offbeat, which is not very, shadi related name.
Cliche.
So, and then it came to now what to name it. Some people blue elephant, yellow elephant, so I wanted to come up with something like that. And then black and yellow is my favorite color. when it comes to wearing them or using them in simple creatives and all, I use it a lot. And Mumbai, so the taxi is called Kali Pili.
Oh.
You know, it's a name for taxi. So ek Kali Pili kar lete hain, chalo. You know, that's how you call a taxi. So black and yellow like being my favorite color, and I didn't wanted to call my company Kali Pili Events, you know, design studio. So that is where I came up with the name Taxi.
Okay.
And I don't know. I mean, like then obviously I just didn't wanted to keep the name Taxi and have no connection to what I'm doing. So TAX, I created a full form for it.
Okay.
You know, but after naming the company, it's not like I had a full form and then I called it Taxi. I wanted to find out what it can be. So it came with tech, aesthetic, extravaganza, innovative. So that's how the Taxi stands for.
Okay, that's new to me as well.
You know, and other thing is you know, we are in a business of emotion, honestly. For us, it is a business of money. For the families, for the people we are dealing with, it's an emotional business.
Yes.
You know, it is something, especially in India, which is still one-time opportunity for a couple. It will happen once in their life, good or bad, whatever it's gonna be like. So it's a journey as a planner, as a designer, as some professional in the industry that you travel with your client. You know, they get emotionally connected to you. You know, the child in them will start, you know, talking to you. You know, we like this, we like the things that they are not very happy sharing with. You know, even they with their friends, they're gonna tell you, "Hey, we like this. अब देखना है इसको कैसे add कर सकते हैं." And all, you know, that whole thing, that whole journey that you do, and that's the job of a taxi. You know, picking up a passenger from point A and you know to taking them to a destination, which is the event eventually.
Yeah.
You know, where you travel, 2 months back, 3 months back, when they start first talking to you until that day, you know, when the event is happening. And they're like, okay, that 3-month journey that we had in mind is something that we expected, and maybe sometime they're happy, like, you know, it's better than what they have expected. And yeah, sometimes they're like, ye thoda aur acha ho jata to. But yeah, you know, you don't have smooth roads all the time. There are rough patches on the journey, so you go through all of that. So the whole thing you know, connected us. And the third reason is, which I know for sure, taxi is a common word in 17 languages.
Okay.
It's more than that, but 17 I know for sure, you know, different languages in the world. Taxi is still the common word.
Yes.
You know, so that's the common, like, you know, someone can be Marwadi, someone can be Punjabi, someone can be from South, Reddy, someone can be from Dubai, you know, whatever it is. We are the common factor between.
You wanted to give something common and something very easy for people
so
to
if you
connect with.
say a word like any Hindi word, you know, it will have a different spelling or name in different language. But if I go and, you know, say taxi in any country, you know, they will know what I'm talking about. Taxi.
Yeah.
And today, if you go on Instagram and if you write taxi, somehow the taxi companies won't come. My company name first comes.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
that's very, very thoughtful, and I think TDS Taxi Design Studio is known for that, where you blend innovation and technology in such a way that, you know, you are doing events which are almost looking like concerts or maybe bigger than that.
again, you have to understand your client. They always say, like, you know, they say, I want my Sangeet stage to look like an IFA Awards or, you know, Oscar Awards. I mean, what is stopping us from creating actually that stage? Why is just a dream for them when we can actually do it? Yeah. We are the people only who does IFA Awards, Oscar Awards and all. So, yeah, we thought maybe we should try creating something like that for our client. And also, see, we as India is a country where we have a lot of talent, you know.
Yes.
Now, you have two options. Either you compete and be better than everyone, or the other easy option, I would say, and the difficult at the same time, is to be unique.
Yes.
You know, so what you do is nobody else doing. You know? So when we started Taxi, the tagline we chose was trendsetters. You know, That's a tagline for taxi.
Yeah, yeah.
So we wanted to be unique. We wanted to create something which is not. I know we are not everybody's taste. You know? But anyway, we are not commoners product. We very few people client anyway we want in a year, and being a part of an economy which has got 1.4 billion population, you will always find your people.
Yeah.
Who has a similar taste or looking for a similar taste, and still makes you unique. So you have no competition also, at least so far.
Yeah.
And before somebody becomes your competition, you find your uniqueness. The thing about uniqueness is you have to keep finding your way. Being how to be unique next year.
Yeah.
That's the only challenge in our business. In being a taxi design studio, that we have to always find something new, which will set the trend, which will make us unique from other people. And 4 or 5 years work for us with the tech and all. But this year we're coming out few events which is not tech based, which is still modern, which are still very techy, but not. It doesn't look like tech. It looks very different than that. So that's the uniqueness we are coming up this year. Lighting system. We found how to use them differently from other people. Learned about the lights. I was lucky enough that over my experience of last 19 years, I've learned it when I was working for other people also. And working with different designers, I learned the technique of designing also, and put together both the knowledge, and I was able to create this unique thing for the taxi design studio. And yes, my team, I mean, they've learned it well. Now, I think they're getting better than me also.
Wow. So that's happened when we have a good leader, I suppose.
I think when you start trusting your people, and you're okay if they're making mistake, you know, so that they have the confidence to make mistake. They're not afraid to make mistake. And that is where you actually make good team.
Yes.
And you support them in their mistakes.
Of course. So a lot of people, like you were mentioning that you have to be unique the next time you plan that how you can do things differently. So we always hear that is creativity inborn or it develops over time. So people who are actually struggling to come with some unique ideas, to come with some creative ideas, and when they fail to do so, what is that one thing that probably they can do to develop their creative minds?
I think I'll tell you something. Our talents are very natural to us. Whatever you are good at.
Yeah.
Someone is good at mathematics. Someone is good at drawing. Someone. It is supposed to be natural. It's like diamond.
Okay.
You have to polish it. You have to make it worthy. With all the process that goes through it. But you can only make a diamond from diamond. You have to find that stone.
Okay.
It's not like कि तुमने कोयले की खान में मिलता है, but कोयले को उठा के you cannot make a diamond.
Yes.
So you have to find what you are good at.
Yes. Absolutely.
Rather than being somebody else or trying to be something else, which that doesn't come naturally to you. I don't think this huge amount of hard work that you have to push if you are not naturally creative and you're trying to become something in creative and you're just competing with someone who is God gifted with it. You always fail if you put 5% hard work. So find what you are good at and polish it accordingly, rather than obviously nobody can judge it for you that you're good at it this or not. I mean, I joined this industry not as a designer. I became a designer in the process. I mean, probably I'm one of the only designer in the country right now who had not worked as a designer for 10 years in the industry, and then became a designer. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people who know me for 18 years or 19 years, still do not want to accept me as a designer. I mean,
Okay.
I won't say it's my bad luck, they're bad luck, but yeah. They don't want to because they have not seen me as a designer. They've seen me as a very different person into the event industry. I used to do operations, I used to do production, I've done hotel booking, I've done fabrication, all of that. And yes, I've worked for designers understanding, but in the process I realized that I understand. When these designers, huge names, started liking my ideas, when I used to tell them, sir, maybe we can try this, use this and all, I realized I have a thing for it, and I can think in this perspective, and I took a chance. My client did not know that I am not a designer.
Oh.
But I portrayed as a designer and he thought I am a designer.
Wow.
He gave me the job, I did the job and they loved it, everybody loved it. And so I realized, okay, the only difference between you being a designer and not being a designer is your mind.
It's your mind.
And your talent, obviously.
Of course.
If you are talented and if you can perceive this value that you are a designer or anything for that matter, so you can very well be a designer. It's nothing like that. Eventually, we all have to open Pinterest and download images.
Yeah, of course, we take inspirations from n number of places, but at the end, I think what we create and how we are different is all about who we are and recognizing that, that I like doing this. Rather than pushing myself, okay, no, I have to do this because I have to be creative.
Definitely. See, our life is a process, I think when we grow up now, nobody ever said so, but we are just told this thing that you have to choose to become something and one thing in this lifetime.
Yeah.
But whoever said so?
Yeah.
You can be different things at the different time of your life,
Yes.
Today I'm a designer. 10 years down the line, if I feel that I'm done with the event industry and I want to become a farmer,
Wow.
what is stopping us from becoming a farmer?
Yes.
That's knowledge only, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
in the digital world, knowledge is such an easy available thing.
Yes.
You can just get it from anywhere. You open a YouTube and just Google 10 things on YouTube, watch the video. You can very well become a chef also in one day.
True. We can cook so many things.
Yeah, what is stopping us from being what we want to be? Yes, we have just figure out that we understand it or not.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't understand computers.
Yeah.
A lot of people it comes by net. Like my brother is very good with all these. Like we use metric systems and all. So I understand how I want it. I tell him, he will tell me how it will work.
Okay.
So together it becomes so easy. The design naturally doesn't come to him, but the tech related to that design naturally comes to him.
Wow.
So yes, we do it like that, and I feel to be one thing in a lifetime is wasting a lifetime. You have to be many things in this lifetime. You actually want to experience this life. I'm a gamer, I design, I've been a production guy in the industry, I've done acting course and tried acting, I've given auditions, I've worked in a ad film also. So why to stop yourself? And we are in a business 6 months, we are doing nothing. So I try to learn new things, do new things. I use all the 3D softwares and the way, it's just not that I thought I'll become a designer and just started making PowerPoint presentation using images and became a designer. I can very well design everything in 3D, and show it to my client in a proper walkthrough format and all. So I learned the techniques required to be a designer also.
Okay.
I was very good at sketching since my childhood. I used to participate in painting competition and all, but then I never knew that this can be something which you can use for your profession.
Yes.
I thought it's a hobby. That's how you're taught now. Your hobbies can.
Yes.
Reading book.
Absolutely.
Nobody thought that reading book can make you money.
Yes.
You sit in some club and 100 people is sitting in front of you and you're reading a story. And people gonna pay you. To hear you.
Yeah.
So we did not know it then.
At that time.
Anything which you think you're good at and you can do it, you can actually make money. You're living.
Yes.
Maybe you will not become a money, but I think if that gives you happiness and pay all your bill, I think one should be happy with that.
Yeah.
And this thing pays my bill and I'm happy about it.
Sure, sure. So, like we said, that life is a process, so are events, right? And let's say that we want to understand that, what the process is like for you. From a client call asking you to design a show, to actually designing the whole set, to executing it. Let's just, briefly go through it.
So what we do is,
Yeah.
this 6 months of off season, we work on different thematics, themes.
Okay.
It's more like any fashion designer comes up with their monsoon fall collection, and
Wow.
so it's not like they're waiting for their client to come and
Yes.
ask them ki they want a dress.
Right. Right.
They pre-plan them, and
Okay.
then once they have these customers who come to buy it, they think, okay, that person height is this much, the BMR is this, like
Yes.
the complexion of her skin is this, so this will suit her. Then they
Okay.
suggest. Similarly,
Yeah.
what we do is, once we finish our season in March or April, we take a good 30 days, 25 days break from work.
Okay.
After that, we come back, we start creating different themes,
Okay.
mood boards of themes.
Okay.
Then we start making designs, which are on a concept level. We create a proper 3D, but on a very concept level.
Okay.
And we start making the library.
Okay.
Then once we start getting client briefs, now what venue they have selected, what is that setup timelines we are getting on all of those, and obviously what is their taste like.
Yeah.
That you have to judge. They cannot tell you their taste. Trust me.
Yeah, they're very confused.
They're not confused. They don't know it, because
Yeah.
who knows? What they will like until they have tried it.
Yes, that's again.
चाय हमें पता है कि हमें अच्छी लगेगी, बट क्या कहते हैं, फर्स्ट टाइम तो पिया होगा तभी पता चला ना.
True.
And we are in a business. It's not like a tea कि तुम रोज पी रहे हो. They
Yeah.
don't know.
They
They have
most
a
of
basic idea कि I like this color, I like this
I like
styling.
this.
Yeah.
Or-
But until you give them, they don't know. You have to understand with looking at them कि what they will like.
What they will want.
Eventually what they will like, and then we fit in our designs accordingly, then rework on our designs to fit into their
To
requirement.
their requirement.
That is where the part of getting the design approved by the client.
Okay.
Then the rest of the thing. But then there are clients, like I did a birthday party. Now
Okay.
I was not imagining that a birthday party will come where they want to create a universal studio kind
Okay.
of a thing. So those are the projects where when we get the brief, that is when we have to start designing.
According to the brief
Yeah,
that
it's
you
a very
received.
specific requirements,
Yeah.
and we have not thought about such specific requirements, because our major business is cocktail, sangeets, awards. So we usually try to, in those cases, then obviously the brief is so clear that it becomes so easy for you to
Yeah.
come up with
To
the
think.
ideas and all.
Yeah, right.
Then we hired all the people from the architectural background, not from the event background, who work in our studio.
Okay.
Because first we did not wanted people come with a limited mindset कि event industry में ऐसे ही काम होता है.
Okay.
I wanted them to come with a broader picture कि उनको नहीं पता event में काम कैसे होता है. So instead of fixating on something, they just throw their ideas. Then we see how to fit it in for an event.
Wow.
Or a temporary space. And we do, like in any interior company or an architecture company, proper drawings are done, proper load calculations, everything. The whole booklet is created, which is then handed over to the production company, the technical companies and all. And then our production team start coordinating with the production company, the technical company, for smaller detailings. ये नहीं मिल रहा है तो उसके changes, because everything has to again go back on the design board.
Yes.
If let's say we planned it, we will be using 500 mm by 500 mm LED, and we go to a place and we realize they have 576.
Okay.
Now that 76 mm changes everything for us.
Yes.
Everything has to go back to the designers. Then they will have to change everything accordingly.
Yeah.
वो कभी so simple thing लगेगा, हमने 9 इंच का एक बॉर्डर क्रिएट किया है, अभी उसको हमें 12 इंच का करना पड़ रहा है. वी हैव अ सॉफ्ट का स्टेज है, अब वो स्टेज बड़ा हो रहा है, तो फिर हमें कहीं ना कहीं ऑल दोज एडजस्टमेंट्स. इट्स अ थ्रू एंड थ्रू प्रोसेस until we know exactly what we are getting and all. Cost, which is always our biggest enemy.
Of course.
No matter how much you plan, that thing will come, अरे बहुत महंगा पड़ रहा है, so you again go back and change.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the whole process. then factory visit starts once the production is on thing. We all will go to their thing. एक वो कपड़ा भी check कर रहे हैं, एक टीम बैठ के वो पूरी बना रही है. Standard every company does like that. वो एक कपड़े को स्टेपल कर करके उसके नोट बन रहे हैं, चाहे कितने भी iPads आ जाए. Eventually वो पेपर पेन से
वो पेपर पेन ही बेस्ट है.
वो बनेगा, फिर शीट फर्नीचर शीट्स बनेंगे and all. Eventually we go back, then we do the calculation of timelines, कितने बजे क्या स्टार्ट होना चाहिए, क्या नहीं होना चाहिए, because we can only plan for what we know, and our industry there's so many things which will come unplanned. ट्रक की एंट्री नहीं हुई, 3 घंटे ट्रक की एंट्री हो रही है,
गेट पे सिक्योरिटी पे ही अटका है,
लेबर का पास नहीं बन रहा है, you go and work in उम्मेद भवन, लेबर वॉशरूम नहीं आया तो किसी को अलाउ ही नहीं कर रहे एंट्री करने के लिए. So yeah, those, so you cannot plan all those certain things will come, something new at every new venue we work at, and that's about it. But we have a team which works a lot on the detailing, and they've learned over the years. Now they are so strong with it that they just need to know कि okay ये close हो गया. We have to just tell them ये close हो गया. Now they know exactly what they have to do, and they will start working on it within like, which used to take 10-15 days, now in 2 days or 3 days that whole manual
process
booklet
is done.
Yes.
Wow, that's like a super fast process now. With this, we come to 2 most important questions, like hearing your process, that what timeline do you think these large scale projects take to actually be executed rightly?
So the private venue events that I do, which is basically a piece of land which is owned by the client, our usual setup timelines on those venues are between 20 days to 40 days.
Okay.
Yeah. Because of the structure that we have put, usually the structure itself take 10 to 12 days and all. So if we are doing something like that, then I believe the closure of the project should be at least 60 days prior of the event date. That final go ahead from the client on the event.
On the design part and everything.
On the design part. And depending upon your client, how much time they want to take, how many time they wanted to come and do the meetings before closing the project. I think a month you can add to it. But see, what happens is it's just not one client. At the time of this, you may say 30 days, but उसमें अब तुम शायद 5 ही बार client से मिलोगे और 10 ही दिन उस project पे काम करोगे. But then you have more client like those.
More clients.
So it's always good to have additional days so that if there is a clash between 2 of your clients, meetings and all, so you can plan it accordingly. You're not losing कि 4 दिन lose कर दिया तो suddenly your whole timeline is gone. But hotel events, convention center events, I think in and out 2 months is more than enough. From meeting your client to final delivery to
the and the actual execution.
Everything. Everything. The event date. If you're meeting a client, say on 1st November, 31st December, you can do the event easily with proper planned event. But like post-COVID, there are certain clients which come 30 days prior.
Yes.
They're doing everything in
I was about to come with that question. So there are people who are like approaching 1 month before, or probably say 10 days, 11 days before their events.
11 days had been one case for me, which turned out to be one very wise decision for us.
Wow.
Biggest risk we took in the history of taxi design, and sometimes you say until you take the risk. Not taking a risk is the biggest risk, but I would not want to take that same risk again. तब लोग नहीं जानते थे, तो इट वॉज गुड टू टेक दैट रिस्क. नाम था नहीं खराब होने के लिए. अभी a lot of people have started knowing us, especially in the industry, wedding industry, I would say. So अभी है वो नाम जो बन रहा है, तो उसको नहीं खराब करेंगे. So I will not take that risk again. But yeah, we took that risk 11 days. But in general, anyone who has timelines less than 30 days, we will not take the project.
Less than 30 days. Okay. And with this, let's also discuss briefly, that what can be the budget range for such kind of events.
So if you're a hotel convention centers kind of an event, where 2 days setup, 1 day event, if I say that kind of timelines we have. So North India, I think budget like one is good enough to create a good setup.
Okay.
Anything wow, I don't see happening in less than 1.575 or 2 kind of a budget. In an outdoor private venue kind of environment, I think if you're working on a say 40,000 square feet of a venue,
Okay.
something like 2.5-3 CR is a good budget to create a good setup.
Okay.
And obviously there is no upper limit.
There is no upper limit.
Outdoor private venue, there is no upper limit. Mr. Ambani spent 10,000 crore, I can spend another 10,000.
Whoa. True. So there's no upper limit, yeah, of course. But is there a minimum limit that our clients should know or should consider before thinking of such
See,
events?
it all depends on what mindset they come to you with. When they see my work, previous work, they say my even like You Are My Universe that I did, which was multi-CR project.
Okay.
Now they see that and they want something like that to happen, and then they have to have a similar budget, in their mind.
Yeah, of course.
It's simple, like as any brand, like car brands, if you talk about, you're showing your client a 3 series, a 5 series, a 7 series, and so 3 series भी I think 85 lakhs, 90 lakh is costing right now today. And the client comes and मेरा तो 30 lakh का budget है, तो उसको मारुति ही मिलेगा.
True.
Then he has to bring down his expectation.
Yes.
He cannot see a BMW and
Then have a cost fixed.
take a Maruti and expect similar features, similar performance and everything. It will not happen. So if you are a brand who is selling BMW, you cannot sell a Maruti. So you have to say no to it. Then you go to Maruti.
True.
Because then what they're gonna show you and what you're gonna like in their work is what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And we don't want our client to get disappointed at the end of the day. So I know the work we show are in those budgets where So we ask them, see, you have seen this. They are okay with paying our fee, most of the time.
Yeah.
But they are not okay on the overall budget.
Overall budget.
Yeah. They're saying कि आपका इतने में कर दो. आपको तो ये घर लेके जाना है ना. आप ले जाओ, हमें उसमें प्रॉब्लम नहीं है.
But
आप इतने में ऐसा कुछ कर दो, इतने में कर.
हाँ.
अरे कैसे होगा ना?
कैसे कट डाउन करें?
ऑमलेट बनाना अंडा चाहिए.
True. Trust में जितना spend करना है करना पड़ेगा.
अपने घर का नहीं है ना, वो वेंडर तो मेरे लिए नहीं करेगा.
Of course.
So we need that budget, and it's better to say no. It's better to disappoint your client now than disappointing it on the day of the event. Where he's not only one disappointed.
Yeah.
A whole group of 800 people are also disappointed.